The iPhone 13 Pro phones are getting serious camera hardware upgrades based on new leaks. The iPhone 13 seems so far away, but time moves so fast these days that it feels like we'll wake up to Apple announcing its new iPhones next fall. So, if you're one of the people who skipped the iPhone 12, we've found 3 big reasons why you'll want to upgrade. These notes have been circulating throughout the year from various and respectable sources, and they've just resurfaced in a roundup at Mac Rumors. Though, these big hardware improvements are specifically for the iPhone 13 Pro models, so the other iPhone 13 phones may feature upgrades that are more tied to computational photography. Analyst Ross Young predicts that the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max will gain larger sensors. This will allow for larger pixels and for the sensor to collect more light, which means better photo quality. We're hoping that all of the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max cameras gain larger sensors, but we should note that Young did not say which cameras will get the upgrade. For context, the iPhone 12 Pro wide lens lets in 27% more light, one of its tricks for better images. Here's some fantastic news for those capturing wider shots. In a report from venerated analyst and Mac prognosticator Ming-Chi Kuo, we learned that Apple plans to increase the aperture of the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max's ultra-wide camera. Currently, the lens has a 2.4 aperture and a 5-element lens assembly. Kuo posits that next year's Pro iPhones will move to an 1.8 aperture and a 6-element lens. Just as with the larger sensors referenced above, this would give more light coming into the lens and also allow for a shallower depth of field. Since this improvement is relatively similar, increased light, to the aforementioned larger sensor, this change to the ultra-wide sensor has us hoping the larger sensor change happens to the main wide camera. Again, we're talking about an iPhone 13 Pro feature here, but at least it's an expansion of features away from just the most expensive iPhone 13. We wish we had camera news for the normal iPhone 13. According to Kuo, the iPhone 12 Pro Max's sensor shift optical image stabilization will be in both the iPhone 13 Pro Max and iPhone 13 Pro. Sensor shift stabilization, a feature mostly found in high-end DSLR cameras and Huawei phones prior to the iPhone 12, is a boon for those looking to make the clearest photos and video. In the iPhone 12 Pro Max wide camera, its main sensor, the sensor shift stabilization can make as many as 5,000 adjustments per second to keep the lens steady, which is 5 times as many as the iPhone 11 cameras could. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.